And the podcast will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back to Paco's Place exclusive. This time around, kasama naman natin isa sa mga kaibigan ko. I'm very proud to call him my friend. Also an inspiration. Another thing, itong taong to, napaka-humble. Napaka-humble. Pag-usapan natin, Hermano Mayor din to at one point in his life. Ang dami pinagdaanan nito. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Jay Durias. Jay, bati ka muna.
Hello, hi sa mga Pilipino at mga hindi Pilipino sa buong mundo. It's good to be here, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this. By the way, I'd like to introduce our co-host, si Michael Abad. Michael, ayun no.
Hello, world. Hi, Jay. Pleased to meet you virtually. Thank you for
Same
spending
here.
time with us.
Alam mo si Michael, stressed out ngayon yan dahil alam niyang may show tayo ngayon. He drove all the way to Vegas, on the way to Vegas. Ikaw na magkwento, Mike, para ma-set up kay Jay.
I had a flat tire, a couple of busted tires on the way here to Vegas from LA. I'm here in Vegas right now. At my cousin's place, so they were kind enough to lend me a room, a mini studio, and then shout out to my cousin RJ. He helped me set up the lights, the camera, the laptop, all last minute. Baskonyans, iba talaga pag Baskonyans eh. No need for instruction manual. He set up the lights by uwi na lang.
Galing. So Jay,
Yeah.
thank you for doing this. Dahil number one,
Yeah, anytime.
I'm a fan of your work.
Thank you. I
And
didn't
of
know
your
that.
talent and talagang solid. Like sa green room natin, pinag-uusapan nga natin and talaga nung time na dinedate ko pa si Geneva noon, lagi kaming nanonood. Nung nandito kayo sa States, unang sampa nyo kay Tita Jackie, nandun ako noon. Sa Long
Yeah.
Beach pa natin ginawa. Nag-away pa
Right.
kami ni Rod nung panahon na yun, nung unang araw na yun, nag-away kami ni Rodrigo noon. As in,
Oo, tama. Yung sa drum set. Tungkol sa drum set.
ngayon,
Yeah.
ngayon super in love kami sa isa't isa.
Matagal ko na hindi nakikita yung taong yan. Namimiss ko na yan.
My God. And then, ang nakakatuwa ngayon, like itong incarnation ng South Border, si Jano Quakep was is a childhood friend of mine. I mean, mas matanda ako sa kanya, di hamak. And I'm very proud of him. Tapos, where he is now, nakakatuwa lang. So ngayon,
Bait na tao yan.
sobrang bait na tao. Now, Jay,
Parang si Butch din yan eh.
tahimik,
Right.
pero pag gumalaw ang daliri, oh my God, todo na.
Monster.
Yes. Alam mo, and then, your late brother, si Dylan, naka-jam ko pa rito. So,
Yeah. So much memories there, man. Tuwing nakikita ko kayo, pati yung brown edition na ano ko eh.
di ba?
Na may memories ako kay Dylan.
And sobrang love ko yun si Dylan. Talagang may ano pa ako, may recording pa ako ng jamming namin. And parang ikaw yun eh, kahit maliit na keyboard lang ang ibigay mo ron, oh my God, tutunog ng...
Laban na eh, no? Yeah.
Sobrang passionate sa music yun si Dylan.
Jay, you know, the reason why I invited you here, aside from the fact that I'm a fan, is because, yun nga, ang goal natin dito is to help inspire and inform people na ikaw, ako, si Mike, tayong lahat. I mean, we are just people with dreams and goals and aspirations. And siguro ang difference lang natin sa iba is instead of just dreaming about it, we placed our dreams into action, di ba? Ginawa natin ng paraan. And then yun na. Tuloy-tuloy na. When did it start with you? Like the keyboards, yung paggawa ng music, has it always been there?
Siguro it started with my dad very, very, very early. Siguro he started bringing me sa mga gigs niya. He's a folk singer.
Oh,
Uh, alam mo yung sa Davao kasi uso yung mga folk houses.
yeah.
Like, alam mo yung pag sa Manila, mga Hobbit House, yung
Yes,
mga
yes.
Right.
places like that. So, nag-umpisa ako sa Davao. Well, influenced by my dad. Heavily influenced by him.
Right.
By his music, by the music that he plays, plaka man or live, yun na yung environment ko ever since. Eh. So, sa buong buhay ko, siguro yung environment masyadong nagmamatter yon kasi sila, uh, as early as yung mga 4 years old, 5 years old, nakikita ko sila Cynthia Alexander sa bahay. Cynthia Ayala,
Wow.
sila Joey Ayala. So,
wow. And
barkada ni Airpods yun eh, kasama ni Airpods.
oh my God, ang
Gary
nakakatuwa.
Granada, things,
Wow.
mga masters of ano yun.
So it was
Craft.
it was inevitable that you develop music, an appreciation of music through osmosis na lang yun, just through what you're seeing, what you're hearing.
No, yeah, that's a big bonus. But I think it's the
Oo.
livelihood because I started working when I was young. I started working at the age of 8 to help, with the bills and everything.
Pero Jay,
Davao.
kung folk singer ang dad mo, nagigitara ka rin ba?
A little bit, yeah.
So, doon ang ano eh. Yun ang twist eh. Normally, like si Junjun, si Nino, Regalado, drummer sila dahil si Tito Jun, drummer, di ba? Pero ikaw, you are a master of your craft, the keyboards. Si Dylan,
I
ganun
try
din.
to be.
Pero, yes, you are. Pero, yung dad mo, gitara, bakit hindi ka naging gitarista?
Kasi frustration niya yung piano. So, masyado niya akong in-introduce sa piano and sobrang nagustuhan ko naman din. And later on, siguro dahil nakikita ko sila, nagigitara, madalas. And hindi lang gitara, a full band.
Right.
Uy, nandiyan si Joseph. Si
I know, si
Otep. Hi,
Otep.
Otep.
Ayan,
Live
ayan.
pala tayo. Okay.
Hi,
Akala ko,
Joseph.
akala ko, taped as live. So, live pala to. Hello sa mga musikero.
Surprise!
Surprise.
Kabanda ko yan.
Kaya nga, di ba? Ayan. He can play drums very well. Otep, we'll have you on the program. Siyempre, inuuna ko muna yung hermano mayor natin, di ba? So, alam ko yun, yung part na yun. Now, a little bit of guitars, keyboards
Yeah, a
na
little bit of
fascinate ka.
everything. Yeah. A little bit of everything.
Pero,
I was very curious kasi of music itself. Eh. I want the whole spectrum of music to be a part of me when I was young.
okay, so, and ginawa mo to because, you needed to help pay the bills at an early age of
Yeah,
8.
that's a big plus then because if you make it your lifestyle, music mo yun eh. I mean yung work mo eh.
Yeah.
It will become a big part of you and for sure naman marami ka matutunan dahil wala ka forced ka to play every night, right?
Right.
At a young age of 8, I started to do happy hour gigs. But I was just so fortunate that I was able to, front like merong isang hotel sa Davao, Insular Hotel.
Yeah.
Yung GM nun may isang season doon na dinala niya si Charlie Bird nung nabubuhay pa. Charlie Bird Trio,
Yeah.
the legendary Charlie Bird,
Yes.
the jazz guitarist. Pare, ang dami kong napulot doon. Siguro very lucky ako doon sa journey ko na yun. Kaya,
Pero Jay,
medyo ako sa jazz.
let's talk about your comprehension, no? your music IQ and all that. Maraming tao na sila, mataas din ang music IQ nila. Alam nila yung theory, kaya lang magbasag ng chord, kaya lang
Yun, wala akong theory Baka
Exactly.
isipin.
No. Exactly. Yung mga ganon, right? Sasabihin, wala kang theory and all that. So, tenga, di ba? Pero marunong ka magbasag ng chord. Ang inversions mo kakaiba. Ang dagdag mo kakaiba. Minsan, ang kaliwang kamay mo nandun lang. Pero yung kanan mo mag-iiba. Tapos, gagalawin mo lang yung teklado sa bass. Whole total different palette. Pati yung progressions mo iba. Now, granted influence to lahat and all. You're doing everything in a pop setting, J. Durias.
Right.
Kapal lang ng mukha yun, pare. It's just, it's just about, all about taking risk. In the beginning, it wouldn't work out naman eh.
I
But,
wanna hear that.
in the long run, you will,
Oh,
you'll
Senor,
get by.
I want you to talk more about taking risks because taking risks means a lot of things. Family, personal,
Right.
financial,
Ah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
everything. Yung pagiging risk taker mo sa music, okay? Ginawa mo rin yun sa buhay eh. Like, there was a time you migrated to the States. That's a risk.
Yeah.
You giving up your green card, that's a risk, di ba? Ang
Yeah.
dami mong ginawa eh. What was the mindset of J. Durias nung nasa Davao pa siya and about to take the risk to go to Manila to make it big? Simulan natin doon.
Well, living on Earth is already a risk eh. When you were born, it's already a risk. Siguro, yan lang na sa akin ng dad ko na, walang mangyayari sa'yo pag hindi ka mag-try. Parang ganun lang yung sinabi sa akin, try. You have to try. Siguro I just brought it. I made his quote mas yung turo niya mas broader lang siguro mas pinalalim ko lang yun, mas naging risk siya kaysa i-try.
Michael,
You risk.
narinig mo sinabi ni Jay, pinalalim
Right.
lang niya yon.
Right,
Same
right.
thing with your chords, Mr. Durias. Pag binigyan ka ng, ayan, and Otep will corroborate with me on this. Pag binigyan ka ng C major or C major 7, hindi ka makukontento ron. Mag-add ka pa ng 6 or 9 or
Right.
13
Right.
or kung ano mailalagay mo ron. Pinapalalim mo pa. Have you always been like that?
Maybe in a smaller scale siguro noon, but it hasn't been that way naman eh. It didn't work out always.
So, kailan nangyari yung switch para maging ganun? Paano naging
Well,
ganun?
noon pa naman, you keep trying naman eh. Kahit na live, you take the risk, di ba? Kahit na na-ensayo niyo ito, pero you bring it further to have this magic going, keep going on stage, right?
Right.
You know that feeling na pag nasa banda ka and yung kasama mo, magugulat ka, meron kang naisip at naisip din pala nila,
Aha.
right?
Right.
Like
Right.
as far as arrangement is concerned, I try to influence my bandmates. Otep knows that. Yung hindi namin ininsayo. Yung ensayo namin, hindi namin nagawa sa live kasi nagbago. Alam mo yan, tipo gano'n. It's just making it more, interesting,
Pero,
Kasi you're playing the same song over and
Right.
over again.
right.
So you just have to improvise. I
But
would call it.
does that make you frustrated also sometimes? Pag ganun, pag halimbawa, alam mong risk taker ka and then yung mga
It
kasama
doesn't
mo
work.
nagse-safe, playing it
Play,
safe.
playing it safe. Yeah.
Well, there was, siguro younger years ko pwede, siguro. Mainit ka pag bata ka, di ba? Mainit ka masyado.
Alam mo,
Pero pero there will come a time na they'll get used to it Sila din,
yeah.
para mong, it's just about, ito yung kinalakihan ko, man. Magkasama tayo, share ko sa inyo habang tumutugtog tayo. So siguro sa umpisa, maiinis sila na, bad trip naman, examination palagi, parang ganun.
Ayan, no? Kaya mo sinabi ni Otep, every night exam.
You said it. Exam.
Mismo ka, Otep. Ayan. Okay.
Mismo. Well,
Galing.
naman it's not about examination actually. It's more on, tara laro tayo. Naging ganon Laro tayo on stage. It's not from being a risk taker, taking that risk. Naging game, naging fun siya sa amin kasi you'll never know what you get.
Yeah, but do you sense though that on occasions some of your fellow musicians find it intimidating to experiment a lot and to be that that spontaneous? So how do you balance the
I
feeling?
wouldn't say really, I think it's not intimidating. It's more on siguro the mood. They're not in the mood to play. To play with you. Like, hindi naman tao lang tayo, di ba? Kahit naman ako,
Right.
hindi naman all the time. Pero, yun na nga, if you have this default, yung mentality na when you, lalo na if you do it over and over again, that will
Right.
become a standard for you eh.
Right,
So,
right.
yun na ang nangyari sa amin. Kaya si Otep, alam niya na yun. Alam niya na kung anong ensayo
Opo.
namin yan. Magiging basis lang yun sa magiging totoong arego sa
Right.
life.
Right,
Alam mo,
right.
Jay, paano sa tinagal-tagal natin magkaibigan, kahit kay Butch, kahit kay Paul, never ko tinanong, so itatanong ko na sa'yo, paano nagsimula ang South Border?
Paano
Nagsimula. Marami akong itatanong.
Nagsimula.
Pero simulan natin doon. Paano nagsimula ang South Border? Kaninong pangarap yun?
Ang may kasalanan talaga niya si Paul. Nung nasa Davao kami, may banda ako, Hemisphere.
Okay. Pero bakit nasa Davao si Paul? Alam ko nasa China si Paul.
Yun na nga eh.
Ayan na.
Yung time na yon, ang kagrupo ko nun, sina Bulichi.
Okay,
Bulichi
Susara.
Susara,
Yeah.
si Tat. Kami yung Wakadus, mga rock and roll yun eh, rock and roll band.
Yes.
Before ako nag-Wakadus, galing ako sa jazz na trio.
Okay.
Eh, since bata ka lang, di ba, nasa 13 lang yata ko, 14, nasa mga ganun. Gusto ko lahat eh, gusto ko ma-experience lahat eh. Tapos yun yung time na nagbibinata ka, parang gusto mong, yun yung nagkaka-crush ka. Eh sila, ang dami nilang mga chicks na, sa gigs nila, sa Casanova. Gusto kong join, pare. Eh, nagkataon na yung keyboard player nila umuwi sa Manila. Ako yung kinontak.
Okay.
So, yun, nakilala ko sila Bulichi. And then, nagkasama kami na matagal hanggang sa dinala nila ako dito sa Manila.
Anong feeling?
For one summer.
Okay, were you ready to go to Manila? Yun ang ano.
That was like a vacation lang kasi yung time na yun, hindi pa ako tapos sa high school noon eh. Kaya ang mindset ko, alam ko, uuwi ako.
Okay.
Nasa third year. Magka-third year pa lang ako noon. So, nung pagpunta ko dito sa Manila, yan, sila Bulichi, kasama ko. Then, nung pag-uwi ko, nag-gig kami dito, ilang pwesto, Fire and Rain. Are you familiar?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
Fire and Rain.
Yes.
Saan pa ba? Sa RJ, may RJ pa yung naging Jalu.
Aha.
Yung Jollibee.
Right.
Yup.
RJ yun. Yan. Saan pa ba? Sa
Cusco.
Atrium.
Atrium.
Ano pa kami?
Hindi ka na nag-Cusco Lounge.
Yes.
Hindi mo na nabutan ng Cusco.
Dami naming dami ko, ang saya ng experience niya kasi first time ko mag-Manila.
Okay.
At saka, yun si Tat, best friend ko yun eh, yung gitarista na kapatid ni Bulichi. Madalas kami mag-SM, first time ko mag-SM, di ba? Parang, iyay!
Si Tap ang nauwi sa freestyle?
Freestyle, yeah.
Freestyle.
Okay, so
Ayun,
yun na.
so, ganun. Then, when the time came na kailangan umuwi, nag-part ways na kami. And then, of course, kailangan mong magtuloy-tuloy sa trabaho, I joined another band.
Sandali. So, umuwi ka ng Davao ulit?
Davao, yeah.
Okay, so yung experience mo ng Manila,
saglit lang yun. Mga 1-2 months.
pero did you tell yourself babalikan kita? Did you say that or
Siguro, but I can't really remember pa.
Okay.
Wala akong pero gusto ko bumalik dahil natuwa ako sa Manila eh. Pero mindset ko nun talagang sa Davao pa kasi siguro dahil nandun pa yung buhay ko, hindi pa tapos yung, high school, bata ka pa.
nung time na to,
Right.
may kalsada na ba sa Davao nung mga panahon na to? Wala pa, no? Hindi pa nabubuo yung kalsada.
Kalsada or
Is it kalye? Ano ba?
Canto Bar?
Hindi, kasi di ba ginaya ng...
Kalsada. Yeah, kalsada. Right. Yeah. Meron ng kalsada.
May kalsada na nun. Okay.
Or baka hindi ginagawa pa lang.
Yeah.
Definitely merong Penic Bar. At saka yung mga bagong labas na pwesto.
Nakapwesto pa ako ron sa kalsada for I think 1 month. Nag 1 month.
What year was this? What year?
96, 97. Kaalis ko lang ng intro voice. Tapos,
Okay, wala pang kalsada siguro nung time na Wakadus kami.
Okay.
Wala pa siguro. Pero the process na yun.
Right. So you went back to Davao. Tapos, andun si Paul.
Okay, wala pa. May banda ako, Hemisphere. Okay?
Okay,
Hemisphere.
ayan na.
Didetalye na natin kasi since dito. May banda ko, Major 7 muna, tapos naging Hemisphere. Yung Hemisphere, yung gitarista namin, si Josel Jimenez, ng
Okay,
New Color.
yung Neo Colors, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Siya yung gitarista namin, tapos si Tata yung bahista. Doon ko first nakasama si Tata.
So si Josel did this after Neo Colors na.
After New Colors. And si Tata, kasama ko na, first time ko siya ma-meet doon sa bandang Hemisphere. And then, ang drummer namin, si Cesar Abellana, taga Davao.
Okay.
Tapos, nung panahon na umuwi na sina Bolichi doon sa Davao, kasi nandun yung family nila mother and father niya doon. Meron na akong banda noon. Since nung nandun na si Bolichi, nalalaman ni Bolichi na yung drummer namin aalis, pupunta ng biyahe.
Si Cesar.
Si Cesar. Nag-suggest si Bolichi na i-try nyo yung kaibigan ko si Paul Benitez. Ayan. Nasa China lang siya ngayon, pero pauwi na yon. Nasa Hong Kong ba? Parang
So nasa China nga si Paul doon. China siya noon.
Yes.
Okay.
Pabiyahe siya dapat noon with Arnel Pineda sa Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Ang pinili niya kami para makasama. Kasi yun na nga pala, si Bolichi, grabe din kasi mag-promote . So, pinromote kami kay Paul. Si Paul, napapuntang Davao. So, try namin. Ang saya. Nung nag-first meet kami nila Paul, yun na, tuloy-tuloy na. So
it was Tata, it was Josel, it was you, it was Paul. Kayong apat na.
Paul. Yes. And Rick, the sax player.
Junasa, okay?
Yeah, Rick Junasa.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay. Sino vocalist?
Mga taga doon, si Kathleen Maglana and Eric Cañones. God rest bless his soul. Wala na siya. Pero, yun na nga.
Wow.
Yun yung dahil si Bolichi, masyado niyang inano si Paul. Yun na, si Paul kasama namin. Then, to cut it short, yung nandun kami sa Hemisphere, nung time na pa-college na ako, nagkasama kami na medyo matagal. Si Paul sa Davao. And nag-open up siya na, Brad, try natin sa Manila.
Pero time out. Okay. When Paul was in Davao, while you were in school, si Paul was actually working full-time with the Hemisphere.
With us, yeah.
Yes.
We were.
Now, so si Paul, ang galing dito. Ngayon ko lang nalaman na si Paul pala ang nagbigay ng epiphany.
Si Paul ang pinaka siya ang nagsabi sa akin na, pare, parang meron akong nafe-feel na something sa natin . Sabi niya. Sabi ko, sige, I was ready to explore anything the time na yun. Sige lang.
And is your dad still around?
Yeah, now, no.
Yeah.
He already passed away 2000, 8 months after Dylan passed.
Oh man, Aray.
Yeah, that's like
wow.
two in a year.
So, ang tanong ko, nung nagka-college ka na, and your dad should understand this, nung sinabi mo na punta ako Manila, was your dad all for it?
I guess he was ready already.
Okay.
Time.
Okay. So, ano
ang
lineup ng
hindi
Hemisphere?
ready.
Sinong hindi ready?
Yung hotel. Pero naman, maganda yung parting namin, ways namin kasi parang tatay ko rin yung may-ari nun . Siya yung si Sunny Pamintuan. Siya yung nag-ano din sa akin in another light.
Sa Insular. Yeah.
Sa akin .
Ano yun di ba? Hotel Insular?
This is a hotel, Apoview Hotel. Hotel Insular, earlier days pa yan.
Pero kasi kaya naalala ko na napunta ko yung Apoview, napuntahan ko yung Hotel Insular, napuntahan ko lahat. Hanggang sa ano ba yung mga villages yan? Ecoville ba? Mga ganon.
Ecoville, merong may Dacoville.
may girlfriend pa yata ako sa Phase 8 nun . Sa
Uy, saan ba yan? Anong ville yan?
Sa Ecoville nga, di ba? Ecoville nga.
Mahirap pag magandang lalaki .
As in incognito, tumambay talaga ako ng Davao for the longest time.
Yeah, nakakamiss ng Davao kasi talaga.
So yun. Tapos noon, Manila na. Sino ang personnel sa Manila? Ba't di sumama si Josel?
Okay, si Josel, Of course, niyaya namin, di ba? Pero naintindihan din namin kasi galing na siya dito eh. You know, kakalabas niya lang sa New Colors. And siguro talagang we were so excited lang, bata. Then siya, masyado siyang parang siguro that time, kung siguro bigyan natin siya ng more time
More space, no?
to recover lang siguro or to settle
Right,
down sa
right,
Davao,
right.
baka babalik siya. Pero
Yes.
kakagaling niya lang dito noon eh. Time na yun.
Right.
Jay, ito ang tanong ko sa'yo. You're a very, very good song. You're a prolific songwriter, award-winning.
A little lang.
Tandaan mo to ha. Ito, Michael, I'm gonna set it up. Audience, I will set it up. Ang
Yep.
kabanda po ni Jay Durias, nung typical unknown pa si Jay, was a Josel Jimenez na gumawa ng Say You'll Never Go.
Yeah.
Award-winning na gitarista who walked
Right.
away from fame, Neo Colors, to live a quiet life. What were you thinking, or what was your perception of Josel Jimenez? Because up to now, I'm still a fan of Josel Jimenez and his work. I am a Neo Colors fan also.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So,
Definitely.
so para sa akin, ako, from a distance, I am still starstruck sa mga yan. Pero ikaw,
Right.
naging kabanda mo si Josel Jimenez. Wala ka pa napapatunayan na sa songwriter, and ang kasama mo, someone na may gold or platinum award under his
Right.
belt.
Yes. I was aware of that. I became aware of that a few months after he joined the band. That's a good question. I started researching on his works. I knew Neo Colors, pero I didn't really follow the music, but I knew how they sounded. I knew their sound, and I love their sound.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really into the OPM scene before kasi yun yung mga learning years mo eh. Masyado
Yes.
kang nandun ka sa mga Chicoria, nandun ka sa
Yes.
mga Kiki
Right,
Jarrett,
right.
Dave Grusin, things like that. Puro mga jazz fusion. But when I did my research and that, nalaman ko na si Josel pala ang naggitara dun sa Cold Summer Nights.
Yeah.
Ni
Ni Francis.
Ni Francis M.
Francis M. And a lot of songs in the 80s, particularly in the 80s, late 80s and early 90s, or 80s and early 90s. Siya yung naggitara eh, kay Mane. Siya din eh, marami siya mga ginitarahan doon.
Very tasteful. Pati yung mga solo niya, pati yung
Yes.
timpla niya, very tasteful.
Correct. I would consider him. I used to consider him as like Steve Lukather of the Philippines
Yes.
before.
Oh my God.
Right,
yes.
right.
Yes.
And,
So yung
I was fortunate and very honored to have been a bandmate of Josel. It's quite an experience. Kahit nasaglit lang, I've learned a lot. Tsaka parang kuya yun, pare eh.
Yeah.
Ano yun eh, he's there pag very strict yun pag mga kailangan ayusin, mga kailangan hindi gawin. Yeah, si Josel is a very focused sa work and very strict principles niya mag-ara.
Okay, so yun na yun. Tapos, alam mo ba na yung drummer mo, underground music scene legend naman.
Buklod.
Were you aware?
Yeah.
Dean's December.
Dean's December.
The Jerks,
Yes.
Violent
Yeah,
Playground.
I knew that. Ganon din. Doon si Paul na lang nagkakwento sa akin. So along the way, we nalaman ko. Pero pare, I was too young. And the culture in Davao is different
Yes,
than
yes.
here in Manila sa mga musicians dito. Doon sa Davao talaga, kasi since nakikita ko sila Joey Ayala, sila Gary Granada, parang sanay na ako sa, yung parang pag musikero ka, sikat ka man o hindi, kapatid
Yes.
tayo.
Yes. Yes.
Alam mo yun?
Yes.
I'm just, of course, pag nalaman ko na, wow, ikaw pala pumala dyan, ganda na tunog mo ah. Okay to, ganon.
Yun.
Ganon yung mga reaction ko.
Yes.
Pero I was just so young I was too young siguro pa, wala pa masyadong experience na puro ganun lang my experience, ganun lang din ang reaction ko.
But deep inside.
I used to be the youngest. I used to be.
You used to be the okay. But
I used to be the youngest in the group.
wow. But deep inside, Jay, as the youngest, knowing that you were surrounded by all these musicians na simple lang kahit may mga
Yeah.
accolades sila, did it inspire you or did it fuel your aspiration na balang araw I will put something on the board as well?
One word, nourishing. Nourishing.
People take
Very
note.
nourishing. Very nourishing sila. I think they have been fueling my artistry, I would say. Maybe in a lot of different ways. Kasi may
Kinikilig ako.
musicians, may
I
mga
know.
singer-songwriters, mga
Yeah.
I was just so blessed and lucky to be around the presence of these people. Kaya masyado lang akong lucky.
I know. Up
You-
to now
you-
naman, you're
you-
still blessed.
You never felt, competition or the need to be
Oy, good
better
question.
or one up their songwriting or their contributions. It wasn't that
Oh,
because from what I'm
no way.
sensing is for you it was more motivation and influence.
Yeah, when I was in Davao,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I never felt that. Nagkaroon lang ako ng malisya when I went to Manila. When I came to Manila, it's not really malisya, but I'm sort of a half gullible person.
Right.
Whoever I'm with,
Pag-uusapan
I
natin yan
support-
yung pagiging
I
half-half
support
gullible
you.
mo ha.
Yeah,
Kasi
yeah.
napahamak ka dyan sa pagiging gullible mo
Yeah,
eh.
yeah.
Yeah. I know that. Pero yun na nga, kunwari, si Paul, kasama ko, pag sinabihan ako ni Paul, Brad, ano yan? Wag ganun, wag dyan kasi inano ako
Yeah.
nito eh. Gito. Talaga? Naku, wag yan. alam mo yun? Bata ka eh.
Right.
But
Right.
it's just so petty lang. But, in the end, but primarily, hindi naman ako naka-feel talaga na, like in general, it's all about expression. Music is never a competition to me.
Amen.
For me, it's an expression.
Let's
It's
talk-
the more you want to explore music, the more you will be able to evolve as a
Right.
musician.
Ito naman, nung time na magde-decide na kayo, ito na yung crossroad ng music career mo. Manila or not to go to Manila. Nung sinabi ni Josel na I'm not going with you guys, ano ang pakiramdam nun?
Of course, nalungkot kami. But
What was plan B?
kasi was very clueless pa kami kung anong mangyayari. So,
So you guys were planning to go to Manila as Hemisphere.
no.
No na.
We're
Okay.
planning to go to Manila as wala lang. Mag-perform kami doon. Kasi wala kaming guitarist, wala kaming singer. Doon na lang tayo mag-audition ng mga singers or guitarist.
So apat kayo, si Rick, si Tata, ikaw, si Paul.
Yes. And first time namin makita yung aming gitarista, na yung first guitarist namin, also from New Colors, Jack Rufo.
Jack Rufo. Pero nakakatawa, no? Bago natin pag-usapan si Jack Rufo.
Pero saglit lang siya sa Greek.
Bago natin
Siya yung
pag-usapan si Jack, nakakatuwa dahil 3 from Davao, isa from Bikutan. South nga kayong lahat. South.
Pero isn't it ironic pa? Dalawa from New Colors.
Yun na nga, Jack
Dalawa
Rufo,
pa from New York,
Josel
yeah.
Jimenez. Oo, no?
Yeah. And then after a few months, si Butch Victoriano na naging permanent namin na guitarist. And
Which is nakakatawa. Kasi kaibigan mo si Cynthia Ayala, na naging kabanda rin ni Butch Victoriano sa Hype.
I know, and kabanda ng tatay ko noon.
Wow.
Sobra, no?
O ngayon, i-address muna natin yung elephant in the room bago natin tuloy ang South Border. Si Bricks naman, saan nyo nahanap at paano nyo nawala?
Si Paul ang nakarinig sa kanya sa isang rehearsal studio sa Tahanan Village.
What?
Sa may BF. Paranaque.
Si Michael nakatira sa Tahanan
I'm
Village.
from Taran Village.
Alam mo na yun, ha? Yun, sobrang
my God,
masakto.
dumidikit na tayong lahat dito.
Okay. So, dalawa lang yun. Either baka studio nila Cookie and ni Vanessa.
Ni na G3. Sama mo naman si G3. Studio
or
rin ni G3. yun,
G3,
oo.
yeah.
Or
yeah.
studio ni Perf.
Or
Studio yun ni... saan alam ko nandun si Noel. Noel, yung keyboard player, si Noel, remember him?
Keyboard player ni Noel.
Big guy, Noel. Ang tawag ko sa kanya noon, Noel System X eh. Pero, sumalangit na rin yun, pare.
Oh,
Sumalangit
really?
rin.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
Noel, I forgot his last name, pero he's a good friend of ours. Paul knew him better than me, pero naging friends na rin kami. In the long run.
Pero Jay,
Sa Tahanan Village, Yamaha. Yung may Yamaha doon na rehearsal studio. Malapit
Right.
sa Yamaha.
okay.
Yan,
Right.
rehearsal.
Noel Cruz, okay. Okay.
Noel Cruz, correct. You're right.
Hindi ako nakaisip doon si Otep yun.
Galing. Si Otep, ano yan eh, Mr. Congeniality yan eh.
Aha. Okay. So,
Ang kaibigan.
ang tanong ko, kumakanta ka eh. Bakit naghanap ng frontman? Bakit hindi ikaw?
No, I wasn't singing. Well, I used to sing sa Davao, pero ano lang, mga Michael Franks lang, pare. Ganun. Ano lang ako, light jazz na, wala lang. We needed a frontliner. And I suck in being a frontliner. Parang marami ako naiisip, nasistress ako. It's not for me. Pero, we were so fortunate to find Bricks Ferraris kasi he's one of those singing sensations
Yes.
na kakaiba yung boses.
Yes.
Very
Napakabait
unique,
na tao
very
rin. Napakabait na tao. I was able to hang out with the guy. Pero,
Yeah.
ang tanong ko, so ngayon, naabutan ko kayo bago kayo lumaki talaga ng todo-todo. And
Pwesto-pwesto pa.
yes, tuwan-tuwa ako noon. I would, I would really go from my world, which was the rock scene, the underground scene, tapos pupunta ako sa mundo ninyo, ng side A, just to hang out, di ba? Dahil wala mo nakakilala sa amin doon and all that.
But that's the spirit of a musician talaga.
Right?
I would say.
Right? Yeah, and I was always a fan. Tapos nakita ko pa si Paul Benitez. By chance, si
Right.
Butch at saka si Paul, I've gone on tour with both of them and worked with them. So, dun sa inyo ako na humaling because sabi ko mga contemporaries ko to. And then I was in awe of you. Now, ang tanong ko, kayo as a band, yung original na South Border kung tawagin,
Yeah.
kailan nyo sinabing magiging South Border kayo at kailan nyo sinabing, okay, ito na to ha, 6 tayo, that's it. Let's go.
Yun yung time na nabuo na kami. Nandiyan na si Bricks, nandiyan na si Jack.
Okay.
But talagang yung I would say, defining moment is when nandiyan na si Butch. Kasi Butch was committed to the group. And was willing to, everybody was willing to go, beyond their comfortable zones.
Ayun.
And we were, siguro, we had lots of experiences na, for example, yung unang manager namin, Colonel, hindi, kumbaga, mga, trial and errors, as far as career is concerned, hindi pa namin alam talaga kung anong gagawin. Kaya we were there to explore, try things together, even went to Malaysia together. As a band, na tumugtog kami doon for 2 months before we landed a record deal from Sony. Maraming pinagdaanan.
Yun, let's talk about maraming pinagdaanan because people think it's instant na form a
We
band.
used to live in one roof, man. Yun yung sekreto doon. You have to live together to
Doon mo makita
just
yung
to
ugali.
work. Alam na naman musikero yun, kamado, and the chemistry. That's what we needed.
Right.
Kailangan
So,
talaga yun, the chemistry.
So nung 6 kayo, nakatira kayo sa isang lugar, sino pinakamakulit?
Makulit lahat eh. Si Rick lang yung hindi. Dahil matahimik yun eh.
Alam mo,
Sundalo
si Rick, di ba? Ang pagkakilala ko shout out to Rick if he's watching at saka kay Minnie.
Rick Jonasa. Pero
Alam mo,
makulit yan ha pag na-trigger.
Makulit! Si Rick, nasa ba telepono ko? Makulit. Love
Makulit
na love
yan.
ko yan. Out of the blue, bigla na lang, eto, nasa
Magubat. Ay, hindi.
Hindi, ito like, okay, look at this. November 16, 10:12
Hmm.
a.m. Tingnan mo, sinabi sa akin kagad. Nakikita ba? Nakikita niyo ba?
Hindi eh, hindi ko mabasa,
Yan,
man.
yan. Okay?
Ano yan?
Sabi niya,
Vegas?
Okay.
sabi niya, may gig ba kayo this weekend? November 16, ganun-ganun lang.
Di, ganun talaga yan. parang galing sa isang conversation.
Yes. Huling usap namin ni Rick, January ha. Sa text, January. Okay? Nagkikita kami palagi. Hi, hello. Kailangan pupunta sa bahay. Ganon. Pero biglang bumanat na. Paco, 8:58 a.m. Ano balita dyan? Sabi ko, Rick. Sabi niya, may gig ba kayo this weekend? Sabi ko, sa Vegas kami, punta ka? Sabi niya, oh my God, Vegas, sige, jam ako. Sabi ko, tara. Kailangan pwede ma-invite sa podcast. Sabi niya, this Thursday, available ka. You know what? Love ko yan si Rick. Very quiet, pero once na nagsalita na kayong dalawa, puro patawa ang lumalabas sa...
Oo. Grabe yan. Pag hindi nakakilala sa kanya, akala stricto, no? Yung mukha lang yung stricto, pero...
So, speaking of stricto, since in-open up mo, ang bali-balita, ikaw ang pinaka-stricto sa South Border. Ayan, sinabi na ng drummer mo, mahilig ka magbigay ng exam. So,
Hindi, ano lang yan sa music, pero pag sa buhay, ako yung pinakawalang alam sa kanila. Sa music lang ako. Walang personal, puro music lang.
Okay. Ngayon, tuloy muna natin tong incarnation ng South Border because you guys really defined the quality of our music. Okay? Yung side A, mga kuya natin yung mga yan.
Yeah, of course.
Pero tayong dalawa, I would consider as contemporaries. Habang kami ng Eraserheads, ng After Image, ng River Maya, ando kami sa kabilang mundo, andito kayo sa kabilang spectrum, making the most out of that genre. And putya ragisa, kahit kailan, nung narinig namin yung kanta, yung falsetto, papunta kay Rick, and na-witness ko yun live, by the way, sa music hall. Na-witness ko yun live and all that. Talagang mapapaupo ka eh. Hindi mo alam kung saan ka papwesto. Sino nakaisip noon? Paano nangyari yon? Kwento.
Ano yun, nangyari yun sa Annapolis, kung saan ka nang bumibisita na studio. Sa Annapolis studio. Ano yun eh, spur of the moment yun eh. Nung naririnig ko si Bricks nag-warm up, mga ganun na falsetto. Mahilig sa mga Eldebarge eh, di ba?
Yeah.
Si Bricks, so mga Michael Jackson. Pag young ka, pare, masyadong mapaglaro yung isip mo. Yung, all my inspirations, they come from, from a series of, events na nangyari within the band lang din. Kung ano yung narinig ko sa kanila, na-inspire ako until makabuka ng idea.
So
doon lang yan, sa studio na buo yun.
That idea, ikaw ang nakadukot nung mga attributes.
Yung pagdikit.
So paano?
Kasi
paano mo sinet up yung play para sa kanila? Paano mo inano yun?
Siguro malaking bagay yung jazz world sa akin kasi maraming ganyang klaseng sa jazz. Yung dumidikit yung sax sa violin or kaya dumidikit yung gitara sa boses. Things like that. I consider voice kasi is part of the rhythm section. So, kaya ganun din ako mag-isip. Nung time na yon, narinig ko lang si Bricks nga, tsaka nagkataon nga lang na si Rick, naririnig ko rin nag-iingay. So, paano kaya kung i-join ko yung...
Right.
I-join mo yung tono na yung hanggang sa muli. Wala pa yun. Dito lang nabuo sa Manila yon. Sa Davao ko kasi sinulat talaga yan eh.
Okay.
Second year high school ako, nabuo siya sa Manila, yung kantang yon.
You wrote the song?
Yes.
Okay.
And the bridge was written during that time in Annapolis in Music Hall. Those were the days na kompleto siya talaga.
And when you wrote the bridge, nung umabot na sa hanggang sa muli, alam mo na mag-scale up ka talaga dun sa part na yon. What was that part of
Yun yung inensayo namin sa Annapolis, yun ang nangyari. Then after that, nung sold na ako, nirecord na namin siya sa Green Hills Sound.
But what I wanna know is, how did you present that idea to the boys?
Wala lang. Nasa, ensayo,
Yeah.
harap-harapan.
Yeah.
Oo. sabi ko lang kay Bricks na nandiyan na, very solid yung idea ng time na yun. I was so fortunate din no,
Wait,
ano na
solid sa utak mo?
solid sa utak ko.
Okay, we're talking
Yeah,
about
solid.
ikaw pa lang to ha. Ibibigay mo pa lang sa kanila
Yes,
to.
yes. I was really solid about it. Na I was really clear when I demonstrated what I thought na Bricks, gawin mo nga to. Yung
Uh-huh.
suli. Tapos Rick, gawin mo yung A na mataas. Pag tumira si Bricks na pakisalubong, tingnan natin yung effect. Yun, ganun ka simple lang naman nangyari.
Oh my God! Tama, ayun na si
Shout
Rodrigo.
out to Rodrigo. Hey, Rodrigo. Good to see you here,
Pinag-uusapan
man.
lang natin siya
Hindi mo ba yan?
si Rod. Okay, tapos, nung narinig mo for the first time, ano ang reaction mo? Anong reaction ng 5?
Oo, goosebumps kami. Lahat, pati ako. Kasi ang gara ng falsetto ni Bricks eh. Saka
So
si
you-
Bricks, nung panahon na yun, hindi pa masyado nag-iwas.
Ay,
So,
Talagang-
so you so you knew right away, oh, this is a winner. Diba?
I was excited with the idea, about the idea, but I didn't know what the outcome, kung okay ba, o,
Wow.
well,
You
when
know
you
what?
take risks.
You know what, Jay? Ang takeaway ko, and I'll share it with you guys and the audience, you mentioned kasi sa Davao mo pa ginawa yung song.
Yeah.
Tapos ang maganda, hindi mo pinilit. Tapos ang maganda pa dun sa hindi mo pinilit, the opportunity came to have the right personnel to actually bring that song
Yeah, it's
to
a very,
life.
yes.
Diba?
I was, I'm so blessed to have these guys with me during those crucial moments as my, in my musical journey, as well as buong banda, yung musical journey ng South Border.
Home run
Talaga
yun.
It's a blessing talaga to have each other. Yun talaga yun.
Home run yun. Tapos, naalala ko, puchiks, sa inyo ko unang narinig yung cover ng ayun, Do You Believe in Me ba yun?
Do you believe?
Right.
Oh my God. Tapos
Eric
yung,
God.
tapos yung sayaw ni Bricks, di ba? Astig na astig yung pag sinasayaw niya yun.
Actually, yung cover na yun, para yun, alam mo yung, the pwesto type na banda.
Yeah.
You do those
Right.
covers, diba?
Yes.
For people to get up on their seats. And,
Yes.
And then
That's
dance, yeah.
when we did not expect that song would be included in our album. Well, Sony decided.
Yes.
Nung nagkaroon kami ng live, na-record yung buong live. So,
Yeah.
nung record namin yan, siguro naisip ng Sony na isama natin to kasi walang gumawa pa nitong
Aha.
cover.
At saka ang
Mhm.
galing nyo talaga, guys. Ang galing nyo
Men,
talaga.
hindi ako yun. Hindi ako nag-isip nun.
Pero ang galing nyo talaga. Yung cohesiveness nyo.
Pero thank you for the appreciation. Man.
So that was a
Right.
good run. Kayo ni na Bricks. Pero,
Yeah,
again,
it was a
all
great-
good things come to an end. So,
Yeah.
yun yung first, isa sa mga trials ninyo as a band because you were number 1
So much.
sa space ninyo eh. Number 1. Talaga yung packaging, yung frontman nyo, nagpakulay yata ako ng buhok dahil kay Bricks din eh. Hindi ko alam kung bakit.
Bricks,
Pero,
Bricks.
but I mean, you were the
Si
gentle
Rodman.
giant, you were the silent man on the side, and then you had this extrovert na talagang nandun to your introvert persona, and then it all came crumbling down. Anong feeling sa
Yeah.
loob ng banda?
It really rocked my world in a negative way.
Wow.
yun eh. Kasi parang ano yun pare, sipin mo si Joey G umalis sa side A very early. Parang ganun ang feeling.
Yung tipong hindi pa napipiga lahat eh, marami pang ilalabas eh.
Yeah, kahit na fan ka, mapipiga ka talaga, maano yung puso mo,
Yeah.
matutulog.
Ako!
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yata ako nakatugtog nun
and,
eh.
yeah, I would say na sobrang hurting yon time na yun. It hurt a lot. Pero yun na nga eh, looking back, it's all part of the plan, his plan. It's all part of the journey. I wouldn't omit anything, delete anything that has happened to my life or,
Ang tibay
will
nga
happen.
eh.
Kasi wala talaga eh. Wala tayong magagawa. All you have to do is react and hope for the best, and let not take the best of you. You
Yeah.
know.
Now, so you, I will say, had, kasi ano eh, lahat sila sinasabi ikaw ang band leader. Ikaw naman, hindi naman
I would
ganyan.
say na ako yung musical director. Si
Okay.
Paul ang band leader namin. That's the real deal. Nung
Okay.
time na yun.
Galing, no? So, nung nawala si Bricks, I'm sure lost kayong lahat, but who was the one keeping it together among the five of you?
Everybody was there for each other.
Okay.
Everyone. We were there. Yeah, I remember Paul, Tata. They were so supportive because they know that I do. I make the music. I'm
Buhay
I'm,
mo
I'm
yun
so
eh. Oo
dedicated.
eh. Tsaka yung kombinasyon nyo, bagay kayo eh.
Yeah. Yes.
Diba?
Thank you.
Tapos
Uh,
who brought ano?
si,
Yeah,
Yun
go
na
ahead.
yun. Si Luke na pumasok noon. Time na
Yeah.
yun, di ba? Si Luke. Si Tata ang nakakita kay Luke.
Okay.
Naka-discover kay Luke. And yung manager namin dati si Cesar. Kaya yun na yun. Yung time na yun, uh, yeah, siguro shortly after pag-alis ni Break, siguro a year after, nahanap namin si Luke.
And you know, ang maganda sa South Border, pagdating ni Luke, tuloy pa rin. Not every
Yeah,
band.
tuloy lang. It wasn't hard. It wasn't easy
It
Kasi
wasn't
lalo na
easy.
kay Luke to feel for, Bricks' shoes.
Ayun,
It was hell for
Sabi ni
him. It was
Jonathan
hell for him,
Manuel,
for sure.
si Luke Mijares was from Red Line. So anong
Yeah.
ginawa? Pinirate nyo sa Red Line? Or umalis siya ng Red Line at
You
sumama siya?
know, I don't wanna be a part of that Pirates thing. Kasi, you know, nung time na yon, ang kausap nila sila Cesar,
Okay.
sila
And you know, it's an
yeah,
opportunity.
management. I was really there. Pare, I used to be so very very passive.
Alam ko.
You,
Alam
this
ko yun.
time, pero it's not that hindi ko maalala yung mga nagkita tayo or nag-usap tayo. It will take time for me to recall
Right.
memories. But I assure you that lahat ng mga pinag-usapan natin, genuine naman ang mga reactions ko nun.
Yeah.
Okay naman yun. But I was just so passive during, especially those times na kakaalis lang ni Bricks. It was just too much,
Of course.
Too much. Parang uy, taga Davao ako. Paano na to? Paano mga bills natin?
Diba? And
Things
you know what? You know, sabi mo kanina before we went on air, everything on the table. Ang safe. Bahala ka na kung ano safe word natin. I'll just keep asking the questions and
Yeah. No problem.
because you know like you were really not just passive. Ang tawag nga sa'yo, you were the gentle giant. Everybody tried to take advantage of you, pin the donkey tail on you, and all that stuff. I was fully aware of that. Yung mga bagay-bagay na ganun.
Yeah, there came a time na I was, aside from being passive, I was really vulnerable to people who,
Yeah.
kasi I was so friendly to everybody.
Yes. Yes.
Pero, ano lang, yeah, those days are, those are learning times.
But okay, yung panahon ni Luke, because technically, you know, as a songwriter, ikaw rin ang kingmaker eh. That's how I see it, no? I always say that. Like Bowie Meneses. People will say, oh yeah, si Chito Miranda writes songs, pero no one can discount the fact that Mr. Suave, which was written by Bowie Meneses,
Buwi.
from Parokya ni Edgar, the bassist wrote the song Mr. Suave. Ang nag-benefit dun yung singer.
Oh.
Right?
Sa perspective ng tao doon.
Sa perspective ng tao, yeah.
Perspective ng tao.
And ginawa pa pelikula, di ba? Mga ganun.
Yeah.
So, sa South Border, ganun din eh. Ikaw ang songwriter. Tapos, ang singer ang nagbe-benefit. Tapos, dumarating ang time na, yeah, they leave, they go, and then, kamot ulo ka na naman. So, I call people na ganun, kingmakers. Because, you know, kahit ba sa yung royalties, at the end of the day, they'll go out and sing the songs and really ride on the popularity.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
got you. Yeah.
Pero how does it feel? Hindi ba frustrating?
At first, yes, of course. Pero Paul and Tata, the guys can attest to this. They were convinced na after a long while, it was our music that really mattered. Before, iniisip namin yon na naku, patay tayo, yari. All of us, I'm speaking collectively,
Yeah,
kaming
yes.
lahat, we were seeing it. Right now, we view it differently na. That's why I was telling you na they can attest to this because nung pumasok na let's move a little
Forward.
bit forward, go
Yeah.
back later.
Mhm.
Pumasok si Vincent Duncan.
Yes.
We were still playing the same songs.
Yeah.
We were out there doing Kahit Kailan, Love of My Life,
Yeah.
the same old
Mhm.
songs before
Yes.
Rainbow came out. Um, the impact was even more, bigger, much bigger.
Yep.
Uh, the guys can tell you that pag nag-concert kami, parang wow, hindi nangyari sa atin to Noon, alam mo yan, parang if you just I'm not comparing the success I'm just saying the experience.
Yeah.
The experience that we had, it was like parang wow, may itataas pa pala. Alam mo yung
Right,
feeling na
right,
gano'n.
right.
Alam mo, na-witness ko yan because nung nag-America nga kayo, ang personnel na was si Vince at saka si Duncan.
Yes, this is
Diba?
before pa ng America. This is
Yeah.
like the kakalabas ng America was 2006,
Six,
7, 2006, 7. This
Yeah.
was 2004. This was yung the beginning of Rainbow, and then pagpasok ng Mulawin, that series na
Yeah.
sa Shinji.
Oh my God, highly covered yun. Si Casey
And
Hickman.
wherever you are, the show.
Right.
Yun na. So bago yung bago si Vince, si Duncan, bago sa paningin, bago yung tunog.
Right.
I would say they had their own sounds, their own shade of color sa pagdating sa tunog. Pero yun na nga, parang nakala kong wala na. Akala kong lang, sige, to survive lang. May may inangat pa pala.
Sobra. Pero ang nakakatuwa nga sa'yo, yung mindset mo is you're a risk taker, but then again, in spite of you being a risk taker, you're a realist.
Yeah, I'm a selective risk taker. I risk a lot with my music,
Okay.
with the music that I make. There are certain aspects in life that you can't, be always at risk.
Right.
You piliin mo lang. Like for example, yun sa States, for example.
Yung
sa
pag-Amerika
States.
mo, okay, yan. Pag-usapan natin yan.
States.
Because pagdating nyo sa Amerika, you guys decided to stay. Di ba?
Yes. But when given the choice na if I stay in America, I should be working
Regular
like
job.
finding a day job,
Day job,
A
yeah.
day job. Mhm.
and that's my. I knew that for me, if it will happen, I might die early. Because it's not. This is the only thing I know. Music is the fuel that drives
So
my
let's
spirit.
talk about that. Yan. Pag-usapan natin yan. Because nasa Amerika ka, you waited. Umabot pa ng lagpas isang taon to wait for your green card, di ba?
Yeah,
Umabot tayo ng ganun.
no.
Yeah.
It only took us. Yeah, my green card came out after 6 months lang.
Okay, 6 months. So,
So, yun.
lumabas ang green card after 6 months. Tapos, andyan yung may album deal na hindi natuloy, right?
Yeah.
So ngayon, parang, oh my God.
No. We signed
You
the
signed.
album.
Pero hindi lumabas yung
meron. Tapos biglang sinabi na bankrupt daw kasi daw
Diba?
nag-recession. Sa kanila namin nalaman na recession na.
Ayun.
Doon namin nalaman, yung taong yun, yung nag-sign sa amin, nag-file na ng bankruptcy.
Kasi
Dahil-
recession.
Siyempre, siguro sila na yung unang nakakaalam, pare.
Yeah.
Hindi na natin turf eh.
Yeah.
Yung mga bilyonaryo na to, they're the ones the first ones who will feel the effects of a global recession.
Right. Now, you guys were gaining notoriety na because tutugtog kayo sa BB Kings. Tapos,
Yeah.
humahalubilo na kayo sa
Sobrang
talagang
excited kami
R&B dito
Yes,
sa
very
States.
much.
John Blackwell, God rest his soul, talagang
Yes.
natuwa sa inyo to the point na akala ko papalitan niya si Paul Benitez. Hindi, loka lang. But pero drummer to ni Jay-Z ha, na nagda-drums sa inyo. Why did you not go the route of, why did you not take that risk na kalakating Amerikano na ako eh. Pwede na akong kumuha ng mga artist dito eh. Pwede na akong gumawa ng sarili kong mga J-Ray. Pwede na ako mag-discover ng sarili kong boy band or whatever.
Mhm.
Why not that? Because, again,
Because my mind wasn't leaning to that, towards that.
You followed your gut. Tama ba?
Okay, and I said to the boys, we came here as South Border. We are homegrown people, musicians. We are homegrown, and if we want this to work,
Wow.
we should go back to the Philippines and regroup there, find a singer from our homeland, not from there. But I understood what they meant of
Teka,
parang-
wag mo siya shortcut yun because ang sarap pakinggan pag sinasabi mo pero nararamdaman ko yung sakit ng conversation na yun.
Yes, I do.
That's not
Again,
an easy conversation.
It is not an easy conversation. It's a choice because
Wow.
we weren't ready for that question. What if something happened? You know? What if everybody was dead set na sige tuloy natin, sige. Pero we are talking about Vincent Duncan resigned,
Yeah.
right? So what's the next move?
At that point, Jay, before we move forward, nung nag-resign si Vincent Duncan, 3 and 4, okay? Hindi ka ba napapakamot ng ulo na, my God,
Yeah.
1 and 2 are gone, tapos 3 and 4 sabay.
Of course, nandun pa rin. Nandun yung stress. But,
Okay.
wala eh.
Yeah.
You're there in the situation. So you have to be kind of learning to detach yourself again.
So that in itself was already a challenge, di ba?
Yes, for survival.
Right, recession, nawalan ka ng Vincent Duncan, tapos
Yeah.
internally kayong 5 which has been together all throughout. Ngayon ito na yung testing ninyo. Okay, kinikilabutan
Ang
ako.
sakit nun, pare.
Ayun.
Pag maalala ko, sobrang sakit.
Sorry pero ikaw nagsabi pwede natin
Masakit
pag-usapan.
yun.
So,
Mhm.
Hindi, pero okay sa akin yan. Because, okay kami. Okay kami ng mga boys. There was a time, of course, na masakit sila. I understood that.
right.
Kahit naman din sa akin, nung na-feel nila na left out sila, I felt also the same in a different part lang of that world.
Mr. J.
I felt like
Durias,
that.
you were the only one who got on that plane going back home.
Yes.
Did you feel betrayed?
No, actually no, because I understood and I saw them working hard for their families,
Okay.
and nobody can beat that. Pare. It's no brainer na parang hindi ko pwedeng sa kanila yan, kuhanin sa kanila yan. Because
Right.
to establish once more in the Philippines after leaving your career at the height of your career. Kasi that was the height of our career. That was like we left Mulawin days.
Yeah.
And to re-establish yourself with another in a different trend. Parang yung time na yun, iba na yung trend eh.
Yeah.
Panahon na yun ng mga sila bamboo. Yun na yun, time na yun.
Right.
Yun na yung time na yun. Maiintindihan ko kung talagang ma-burnout na yung mga boys to restart, to redo all over again, to do it all over again. It's just so nerve-wracking and very stressful. Stressful yun. I can imagine.
Grabe, naiiyak ako sa storya mo. Alam mo kung saan ako naiiyak? Naiiyak ako dun sa part na, alam mo yung feeling na the boy from Davao who went to Manila dahil hinatak siya ng mga ibang tao who was innocent, who actually went through a lot of trials. Pansinin mo, hindi ko pinag-uusapan yung gusto ko pag-usapan, yung part na yun.
Sige lang, go!
Diba? Okay, sasabihin ko, guys, na ano yan guys, just in case hindi nyo alam, Jay, with your permission, kaya kita tinatawag na Hermano Mayor because even that part was legendary. Alam mo ba, Michael Abad, Jay was accused of something
Yeah,
and
I got
when
incarcerated
and he
for
got incarcerated for that for a long time. The hermano mayor of that
Hermano Mayor, yun pala yun. Hermano Mayor. Yeah, but
binubuli siya noon, and eventually he took the
yeah,
reins to become the hermano mayor.
it's
Oh,
it's a quarrel between our manager before, and
Yeah.
I was just the fall guy. Pero it's part of life, man. It's part of life. It's
yeah.
not for that I wouldn't be siguro bulletproof to have endure that
Right.
states that US event that experience and
Wow.
everything. I would say that it's a part. It's God probably
Amen.
preparing myself.
Preparing you. Yeah.
Preparing me.
Yeah.
Pero Jay, hindi pa nagtatapos yun. And you know what, sana makita ng mga taong nanonood at marinig ng mga taong nakikinig sa podcast that there is resilience in your heart. Because ang story ng buhay mo is all about resilience. Tapos, yung music na inilalabas mo doesn't even reflect that resilience. You are writing about hope, you are writing about love, pero yung burden na dumaan sa losing your sibling, ilang kapatid na nawawala sa
Dalawa na.
Dalawa.
Sama tatay.
Mhm. And
But
the dad. Yeah.
yeah, man. It's tough. But
Mhm.
what can you do? It's either you sit down and
Yeah.
magbukbuk ka lang dyan, do
And
something.
feel sorry for yourself, or right,
Yes, you can.
stand up
There
and
will be
yeah.
a window. There will be a window of opportunity to do that.
Mhm.
Pero what was
But
ano yung how do you see life, Jay? How did you see life during your dark days?
uh probably I wasn't looking at life at all during those dark days. I can't see in the dark.
Ooh.
Probably I was just. Let me repeat it. I was really detached with the world, and I was really passive during those moments. But when it's already about time to go out, then I try my best to be 100%
Yeah.
back in what I know I'm capable of doing. You know.
Mhm.
So pag-uwi mo sa Pilipinas, ikaw lang,
Yeah.
wala na si Paul, wala na si Tata, wala na si Rick, wala na si Butch.
Yes.
Iba na yung mundo. Number one si Bamboo. Number one ang Bamboo pala. Ang Bamboo.
Right.
Um, and then, paano mo nilugar ang sarili mo ulit?
Mhm.
Paano mo sinabi sa sarili mo, you know what, ako na lang ang South Border dito. Did everybody say, we're hanging up the jersey, hindi na kami South Border?
Mm. During those days, I was not really. I wasn't pressed to do South
Right.
Border. Like I wasn't pressured to get back at the game as
Okay.
South Border. Wala. Talagang it was. Think of it as like a blank picture once again.
Right.
But you still have your tools. You still have your
Yeah.
your pen. You still have your paint.
Right.
You still have your canvas, and every every open door or every blank picture is a new opportunity for you.
Amen.
I see it that way. I would love to see it that way as much as I can.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I formed the band. It was supposed to be J Durias lang, pero
Yeah.
when every time you walk out, you come out, just say, "Uy, si South Border,
Si South
oh."
Border, hindi ba?
Right.
Si
Right.
South
Right.
Border, oh, nako, patay. O, si South Border. Pero walang pressure. Sabi ko, sige, tugtog tayo.
Right.
Sa ngalan lang ng musika, tsaka for health, for musical, for
Yeah,
our music,
and for your
health lang.
and
The
for your
health.
Right. Right. Right.
well-being, for your well-being.
Yeah.
also,
Well-being,
diba?
yeah. And then, music worked out for me. Nakasama ko si Bagets, Benji
I
Mendez.
know. Oh my
I was
God.
fortunate to have that guy. Si Pido, even Pido. Sino pa ba? Sina Maki Ricafort, sina Marlo Mata. Those are people who shared the road with me. You
Right.
know, before I met
Ito yung
before
interim
I met
members.
John,
Oo. Yeah.
yes, before I met Otep, before I met Tabs, Jano,
Yes,
Kel,
yes.
these guys are part of the journey. You know, you can only thank people who has been with you,
Yes. That's true.
Right.
who were willing to go as far as they can with you.
Right. Right.
And be grateful lang. If they say na dito na, para na ako dito pare. Sige, Chong, salamat. Ganun lang.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
Just, just, just
nakakakilig
like
ka.
that.
The word grateful,
Right.
gratefulness. Alam mo, I was going to ask you about that because feeling ko ang buhay mo is all about gratefulness.
We have to be. We have to
Dahil
be grateful.
kung wala, ang dami mong reklamo eh. But, you know,
Right.
like you found yourself just, and correct me if I'm wrong because ang basa ko is, you just want to see the good in whatever it is there is or what is presented to you. Ang ganda nga ng sinabi ni Ralph because inulit ni Ralph yung yung tawag dito yung sinabi mo. Nasa may, ang ganda eh. Wait, sabi niya, ayan oh. Tignan mo, kinote ka niya oh. Ang ganda, di ba? And you know, Jay Durias, that's wisdom right there. I don't know how you can, but it's true. As mundane as it looks like, totoo eh. I wasn't looking at life because you
I'm
can't
just
see the
just a literal person. You know, if you know me better, I'm so what you see is what you get.
Amen.
Right.
Diba?
Right. Right. Right.
So, family, let's talk family. I mean, you have
Yeah.
kids and ang dami mong battle scars, emotional scars also. You're not your dad, but then again,
Yeah.
by osmosis, ang mga anak mo talented eh. Pero what are you imparting to them?
You know, I'm always telling them na don't be afraid of your past. Don't be ashamed of your past. These are the scars that are worth telling, stories that are worth telling to your kids. You know, they're for sure they're learning from it. They will learn from it. And you know, as I've as far as I can remember, wala namang serious na nangyari. Thank God, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm grateful for. Miss you too, Rodrigo. Miss you too. Sobra. Um, wala namang masamang nangyari. Ayaw kong sabihin ng musikero lang tayo.
No.
Right? Never. We are musicians
Yes.
and we love our craft.
Yes.
We survived the pandemic because of music,
Yes.
because we have
Right.
an outlet.
Right.
You know, this pandemic is like, wow. Kasi pare hanggang ngayon, hindi pa fully dito
Nope.
sa Pilipinas.
Yep.
Until now.
I agree.
It's just, God is great, man.
Amen.
He gives us work. I mean, he gives us enough just to survive and move on.
Yeah.
Even the pandemic, okay, this is so funny because for the longest time I haven't written songs. The last song that I've written was back in 2012 pa. With ano pa lang, channel ABS-CBN pa.
Okay.
Yung Palos, I wrote 2 songs for them. Of course I did 1 song for Respeto, that was 2017. Okay, but a song as like J. Durias written alone, you know. I came up with this song. I hope I can share this with you. It's called Better. I wrote this during the pandemic. Kasi hilig ko talagang baliktarin yung baliktarin yung moment na imbis na maging negative ka. Kahit na masyado ng negative na feel
So
mo.
tama nga yung pag-interpret namin.
Yeah.
Yeah, babaliktarin ko talaga yung moment. Hindi naman pag tipong sobrang saya at babaliktarin ko, wag naman. Pero yung if there's a need to stand up because the situation or the occasion calls for it, I will
Galing.
stand up. Ganun lang.
So what's next for you?
Same music. Well,
Still
right
great.
now
Yeah.
I'm more of a film scorer right now. I do a lot of music, not only for South Border. It's I supply music for different companies around the world. So it's a blessing nga eh. Kaya nga ang galing nga pare, ang galing nga.
Okay.
Wala na ako man. I'm so thankful lang. Ganun lang.
Alam
Buti
mo,
na.
first of all, thank you for doing this. Nakaka-inlove ka. Nakaka-inlove yung kwento mo.
Man, salamat sa imbita sa akin. You know, the last time I saw this show was with Casey.
Hickman.
Casey
Oh my
Hickman.
God.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Oh my
That,
God.
that, that guy's something special too.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
yan. Kaya nga, pare, tuloy mo tong ginagawa mo na to.
Thank you.
Kasi ito, Chong, pang ano talaga to eh. Ito yung para sa mga pasulpot. Mga this is really food for their knowledge.
Alam mo, thank
Yung
you.
mga musicians na parating.
Nakaka-inspire.
This is really good. This is really good.
Jay, anong advice natin sa mga taong going through life na medyo tagilid? You know?
Yeah. Mahirap talaga yun, pare. Mahirap sabihin na take it easy, di ba? Mahirap eh. Pero I would say, if you are a musician, just try to lean towards your music. You can survive the day without even doing something else as long as you have your music beside you. Tugtog ka, kakanta ka. You know that, right? You know that. Pag ensayo ka lang ng drums, pare, nagugulat ka, 6 hours na pala.
Yeah.
Right? The same goes to, sa mga listeners na hindi naman
Musicians,
tumutugtog. Sa hindi musicians, makinig kayo ng music. mas anohin niyo yung music, mas damdamin niyo pa yung music, if dati nakikinig lang kayo ng music passively, ngayon siguro mas i-try niyo yung pakinggan lahat, you know,
kahit lyrics. Oh.
Yeah. Dig into it more.
That's a default lyrics yun eh. Default yun. The message of a song, that's very that's a front eh. That's very obvious. I would say na this time, try to be affected by the melodies, the harmony,
Right.
the rhythm. Try to explore the elements of music. I know this is too much for you, but that's the only advice I can give you because that's what I did eh. During this pandemic, lalo na yung umpisa nitong pandemic, the scare, there's no certain result, diba? We don't know our future yet. Didn't know. I was just yun na yan pare. I kept listening to music in a more in-depth pa. Para lang yun na nga eh. Para lang makita ulit yung kalaliman.
Yeah.
Galing mo
Yun
talaga.
lang sa akin pare. Mas lang ako, mas naging lang ako sa music, mas naging at peace lang ako with music during sa pandemic. Pero I'm still hoping that we go back to where it was.
Yeah.
We go back to the norm.
You think it's gonna happen soon sa Pilipinas? Mukhang nangyayari, may mga comedy.
Yeah, it's improving naman.
Comedy bars na, bumubukas na eh.
Yeah, but we don't want to have another wave, diba? Parang we just want to be cautious din. Pero yun na nga. Pare, salamat for having me.
Salamat for sharing your story, for being candid, because kahit ako na-inspire sa lahat ng sinabi mo, and you know, I've always looked up to you, literally, dahil mas matakad ka sa akin, and figuratively, because I lost my brother this February.
Oh, wow.
And mabigat, masakit
Yeah.
talaga. So,
welcome to the bandwagon.
I know. And yung pakiramdam na yon, the way you smile, yung contribution mo sa musika, sa industriya natin, I mean, it's very admirable. Plus,
Right.
you've always remained grounded.
And,
Message
and
mo sa
can,
mga... Sa
oh,
try.
and can I
Go.
and can I add, Jay, you're a testament to the viewers na despite the challenges and obstacles that are hurled your way, you still come out on the other side
Amen.
stronger, wiser, more experienced, right? And with
Really
a better
Right.
with a better appreciation of what you have, right?
Yes.
And again, it goes back to being grateful with what you have, right? And what you have accomplished so far.
Yes.
You know, the kid from Davao goes to Manila, goes to the States, and then now back in Manila. Diba? Ang galing.
Galing. Ang galing.
Galing.
Sabay pa tayo galing. Oh,
Oo,
galing talaga.
oo. Full circle story. Yeah.
Before we
Thank you
let
so
you
much.
go, Jay, message sa mga fans ng South Border.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank the listeners, all the fans, all the one who, the loves and the hugs, every love that made it to every ear that listened to South Borders music. And sa lahat na rin ng nakikinig sa OPM music, maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. Kasi there's no reason kasi for us to move on, to keep writing music kung wala naman din makikinig, diba?
Yep.
So thank you talaga. You guys are the reason kung bakit kami nakaka-survive, musicians like me. If not for Spotify, if not for you guys listening to it, things like that, thank you so much in advance na rin. I will try my best to come up with more music
Yay.
as much as I can. I know I'm already pretty much advanced of the middle part of my musical journey, but I will still be trying my best to be creative as possible.
Galing.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you also. On behalf of
I hope
Michael.
lang talaga na they will still view life as wonderful as it is. Kasi it's really still amazing to be alive.
I-share nila tong podcast na to dahil ang daming nuggets, ang daming mapupulot, and you're an inspiration. And keep being
I really
that
hope
way.
so.
Keep being that
Thank
way,
you.
brother. Keep being that way. On behalf of Michael and the rest of everybody here at Paco's Place, sa lahat ng audience, ladies and gentlemen,
Regards
Jay
to-
Durias.
Wait. Regards muna. Wait.
Go.
Regards muna kina Tito, Kuya Mel, from New York, kina Reagan.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, kina Ate Lu, kina Kuya Mel.
Ate Lu. Yan, sino pa ba?
Oh my God,
yung
sila
lahat ng
Reagan.
staff ng Reagan dyan, Productions of course, kasi the last tour namin dyan with them I miss these people.
Lasing si
So,
Jano, tsaka si Otep, no? Binalita ni Reagan.
Ayun, kaya yun lang. Mga kabanda ko dyan, sila Paul, dati kong mga kasama. Sila Tata, Butch, Rick, si Bricks, sino pa ba? Sino pa nandyan?
Si Duncan ba nandito at saka si Vince o nandyan sa'yo ngayon?
Si Vince nasa Sweden, si Duncan nandito. Si Duncan.
Okay.
Local muna si Duncan ngayon. Pero, man, maraming salamat sa inyo. Maraming salamat.
din.
Sobra.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for your time. Guys, Michael, busy si Jay kanina, as in, sobrang busy. Babalik ulit yan sa pag-aareglo. Yun ang ginagawa niya. Oh my God, an hour and 30 minutes of your time. Thank you so much.
That was a good conversation though. That was a
Thank
good
you.
conversation.
Yes. Jay Durias, ladies and gentlemen. Kakatuwa, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with everybody else. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. On behalf of Michael Abad, on behalf of JJ Buen Camino, Jaja Aras Pacochaga, this is Paco Aras Pacochaga with another Paco's Place exclusive. Lahat ng episodes mapapanood nyo sa patreon.com/Paco's Place. Huwag nyo muna puntahan. Hindi pa namin na-upload lahat, pero malapit na.